Hello guys, and welcome back to the GPC week 2 of season 6. So last week we had a really close but tough loss against Eton. It was a 1-0, but I just made a couple of misplays that game that really costed me, and also my gotcha not having a rough skin at the end also really hurt me. I could have potentially just won the game there if I had, but that's nothing that I can do for now. I just need to win I just need a couple of more wins just from here out. If we just win out, we are in playoffs, so that's a fairly easy task, I could say. No, just kidding, but we just have to get some crucial wins, because if we keep losing, we fall in a difficult mindset, and it will just not go great from there. So this week we're up against the Dom. Dom also lost his week 1, and so we are both trying to get back into this. You can see the 6 we brought right here, and also the 6 he brought. I'll just go over teams very shortly, and then we will go over the battle. So this week I built the team myself. I tested it a little bit, and I think it is quite alright. I was contemplating between few sets, but I think the team can perform quite well. I also learned a lot from building with Anthony last week about a lot of things, I must say. He has helped me like over the few years. He without him I wouldn't be the battler I was now, I could definitely say that. But this week, so we're up against Dom. His team consists of the Tapu Koko, the Whirlipede, the Donphan, the Whimsicott, the Magnezone, the Entei. He still has in the back a Latias, a Keldeo and a Mega Beedrill. Latias, it was like a mon, like it does great against some of my mons, but I have mons like Southwest Azumarill, Metagross, Donphan, so I could definitely see why he didn't bring it. Keldeo, a bit of the same story like the Decidueye and Azumarill. Keldeo doesn't do much to them. Mega Beedrill, I definitely expect Mega Beedrill. If not, just U-turn momentum is really great for my team. Can bring in some mons like a Koko to get some Volt turn action, or just a breaker like Entei. But he decided not to bring that. So what I expect from this mons, Koko could be physical, could be special, could be mixed. Yeah, I just have to scout for it. Whirlipede, I expect like hazard stacking. It can definitely be good for me. Donphan just more like to get up his rocks, to spin, and then not much else. Whimsicott could either be a more offensive Whimsicott, or could be more of a bulky version. To help a bit with like Azumarill, at least prevent belly drum sweep, something like that. Then Magnezone, I expect more of a trap variant, maybe for the Metagross, or a Scarf variant, or a Scarf Trapper variant, or an Air Balloon Magnetrise variant to reliably trap Metagross, something along those lines. Entei could be a lot of things. Could be just a breaker, like I only have Azumarill and Garchomp for it, and yeah, he could still burn those, or just a Toxic Dam on the switch if he packs it. So my team this week, I left on the bench Excelgor. This match I didn't saw spike stacking really work for him. Like it could work because I could spin block the Donphan, but he could also stack me, and I just had no room for Excelgor on this team, so that was left on the bench. I left Thunder's Eye on the bench. Thunder's Eye just need a whole bunch of coverage versus his team. His team was also quite some things that outspeeded, like the Koko, and he just had extremely sweet Entei, so it was not the best matchup. Then Porygon Z, its only normal resist was a Magnezone, but the problem was its speed there. Like could go Scarf, but I didn't know if Scarf was like the right set. If I didn't go Scarf, I had like more of a bulky set that could set up like dual dance variant, could be nice, but he also has I needed to find the right opportunity to set up, which is quite hard if he pressures me with hazards, and he also could have E-Speed Entei in the back. So those 3 were left on the bench. Then the monsters that I did bring were like a Scarf Decidueye again. I just wanted the Scarfer because I needed something to outspeed that Tapu Koko and Mega Beedrill potentially. I kinda knew also from his previous match and just in general that he will speed creep my Thunder's Eye. That's logical, because you can run Modest or Adamant on them, then give them a lot more power and still outspeed my whole team. So I took that into account, and made sure I outspeed those variants with the Scarf Decidueye. It also was like one of the deciding factors was that I needed Defog, so it has also Defog. I think it has U-turn, Spirit Shackle, Leaf Blade, and Defog. If he is able to get up like 3 layers of spikes and rocks, I will definitely need to get them off the field, because otherwise the rest of my team would be hurt too much. Garchomp this week is more of a bulky Garchomp. I think it has some speed investment. I think it was for an adamant anti, something along those lines. And for the remainder is in bulk. It's mainly there to get up rocks and to get some chip damage, mainly on the Mega Beetle, which he didn't bring. Unfortunately, it has Rough Skin Rocky Helmet. Mega Heracross is no Bullet Seed but Substitute. I thought Substitute I could predict the switch, and if he is a spike leading Whirlipede, I could sub-turn one of his Whirlipede. He protects, hopefully. Then next turn he could potentially outspeed me, get up 1 layer of spikes, I kill him with a Rock Blast, and I'm behind the sub, and we can go from there. Azumarill is like Lumberry to have at least be a switch into Entei and not fear the burn, and just Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Play Rough. Just the whole coverage I need. Metagross is a defensive Assault Vest variant, so it is not too shielded by either physical or special Tapu Koko, and has just a bunch of coverage for his whole team. I believe that was Bullet Punch to have some priority, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and last move was, I think, Grass Knot for the Donphan. So then as last move I had also an Assault Vest Drapion, helped with some of his special mons. Also has Pursuit, Knockoff, Earthquake, and Poison Jab, and that's the whole team. So let's hop right into the battle. So as I explained with the Mega Heracross set, I lead off with it, expecting the Whirlipede set, the Whirlipede to lead off, but he leads off Donphan, and I thought immediately, okay, let me just try to get up a substitute here, because if this Donphan just wants to set up rocks on me, then I can at least get a substitute up. But this was kind of like a misfire, you could say, because I knew I couldn't one-shot this Donphan, because I know Pin Missile, fully physically defensive Donphan, it has a chance to two-shot it, but I could not one-shot it. But I forgot that, like, normally I would run Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed could one-shot it, so that's so he expects a Bullet Seed and he switched accordingly. And that was not on my mind, and that should have been, because now I substitute and he goes hard into Whimsicott, and I have to switch out. I can't risk the Encore, I can't risk it being an offensive Infiltrator variant and just killing me. If I had planned this turn out in my head a bit more, if I just thought, oh, normally I have Bullet Seed, why would he stay in with Donphan? Let me just go for the Pin Missile and hit like almost everything. Like hard into Entei is not really what I would expect. If he goes hard Magnezone, it's not that bad, because I can take any one hit from it. And yeah, as you see here, Whimsicott would have done, got a clean, if it took a Pin Missile, it would have done a whole lot, if not killed it, if it was an offensive variant. So that would open the door for Azumarill a whole lot more. But now I have to switch out. I just switch out to the Drapion, thinking that's my best switch in. I believe I just go for a knockoff, knocking off the Eviolite of the Whirlipede. Always nice, revealing to me that it might not is a bit of a special variant, because normally he would just run, like, I think Focus Sash or something along those lines. So I switch out because I see I don't do much damage. I just go hard into my Mega Heracross, knowing that I could just scare this mon out. He goes for an Infestation, so trapping me, but I think, okay, just fire off a Rock Blast. If we switch in Whimsicott, offensive deals a whole lot of damage, defensive still takes around 40-50%. He gets a speed boost, he decides to just stay in, and he dies to this Rock Blast, so that's really nice. We are up 6-5 again already. But in comes the Whimsicott. I know I just have to switch out. I go out into Drapion again, as it just makes the safe Moonblast play, revealing that I'm Assault Vest and this doesn't do much. I just again go for the knockoff. I think, okay, I can knock every one of his mon's items. It's really nice. He goes into Magnezone. I knock off its Assault Vest, and I know I most likely just outspeed this mon, so I thought, okay, let me just go for an Earthquake. If he double switches into Donphan, that's it. I can switch accordingly. But he just stays in, doesn't expect me to have Earthquake, and I kill up of the Magnezone, which is really nice. But now he goes into Donphan, and I go hard to Garchomp. So what's Garchomp my best play? Could I have not went into like an Earthquake resist? Yes, I could have done it, but I really wanted to get up Rocks, because Rocks pressures the Coco and even more pressures his Entei. So that's exactly what I do, because I know Garchomp is not that needed this match anymore, because there's no Mega Beedrill. So I go for my Rocks and then I just go for an Earthquake, thinking like I can get off some chip on Donphan, which could be nice. If he switches into Whimsicott, that's it. I could get some chip off on Whimsicott and just know if it's offensive or defensive. And from this Earthquake damage only does 80%, this is definitely defensive. It also reveals leftovers. So I know I'm expecting a Moonblast here, so I just switch out into my Drapion, but he reveals the U-turn, which is really nice, grabs him some momentum, goes out into Donphan again. Should I potentially just have stayed in, because yeah, what would Garchomp do? Yeah, that could have been the play, but I thought Garchomp could still be nice for that Entei potentially. So that's why I switch out. Now Donphan is in versus Drapion. And I don't really know what kind of Donphan this is, and I thought I don't need Drapion that much. Like, the only thing I would need it for is Whimsicott, but he reveals to have the U-turn, so he could grab some momentum on off on Drapion, which I don't really prefer. So I thought, okay, let me just get off some damage, knock off its item. Who knows what it is? It could definitely help me. So I just go for the knockoff. I knock off his Passion Berry and he kills me. So that's really nice, because now I knew that. So now I can freely waterfall this with my Azumarill. In hindsight, what I could have done was just go hard into my Heracross. Why? Because the other 3 monsters he has left all outspeed Mega Heracross, and Mega Heracross is not really needed for them. So I could have just went hard Mega Heracross on this Donphan, take the Earthquake like a champ, and then fire off some pin missiles from there. Deal like everything will take a good amount of damage, and Entei also takes rocks damage, so that's also pressured. But I don't do it, and this is also my bet. I should have went Heracross right here, because I can two-shot this Donphan. Donphan, only if there's Play Rough, can do some damage to me, but still doesn't do much to me. I two-shot it. If he switches out, Whimsicott dies, Coco almost dies, if not dies, Entei takes rocks damage, plus a pin missile is left really low. But I go Azumarill. I'm just thinking, oh, I've knocked off the Passion Berry, I can just come in with Azumarill. Bad decision, because I'm forced in a little bit of a 50-50 for me, because this Whimsicott is defensive and he can just easily switch it in on a waterfall, and then he can grab some momentum from there, because I would not most likely risk my Azumarill, because the priority for Coco is nice, and for the Entei it's really nice. And also because I want this for the Coco and Entei, I shouldn't have switched in right here. But I did, and I just go for the Play Rough, expecting the Whimsicott. He just stays in, I miss a Play Rough, he gets off a big Earthquake, and I take 50%. So that's really bad, but I go for the Waterfall next turn, critting him and kind of making up for the Play Rough miss, because Play Rough into Waterfall would have definitely killed him. So a bit of Hex for Hex. He goes into his Coco. I know Rayquazas is at 100%, can take any 2 hits from Coco, unless it's Specs, but if it's Specs, it's a free switch into Garchomp. So he goes for the Thunderbolt, does 44%, I can live it, but he paralyzes me, and this has me riled, because I know paralyzation hacks, and that can be really unfortunate for me. But I think in my best interest is best to just stay in here and go for the Earthquake. If he goes Whimsicott, I can Bullet Punch that the turn after, almost kill it or switch accordingly. If he goes Entei and Coco are either die or get a hefty chunk of damage on them with Earthquake. He goes into his Entei, I hope I break through, but then I see he has a balloon. So he came prepared, a really cool bring on his part. I definitely have to switch out. I switch out to Garchomp, thinking if he just goes for a Sacred Fire, I might be able to take it and deal some damage the next turn. Or if he kills me, that's it, so be it, I can go out into a Azumarill from there. But as you can see here, he reveals to have Hull. So this gets me a little bit scary, because the Decidueye is Scarfed. I know it can outspeed it, and it's immune to the extreme speed, which he most likely has if he has a Hull set. That's really cool. But the Decidueye only does around 50% to an Entei, so I need some chip damage off on it. So I look at my Garchomp moveset and I see I have Dragon Tail, Stealth Rocks, Toxic Earthquake. So I have Dragon Tail or Toxic as my options. And I thought, okay, I don't think he would set it more on a Garchomp. So I thought, okay, let me just go for the Toxic, get some chip damage off on it. And if he is only at +1, Azumarill can take an E-Speed and deal a lot of damage to it. He might even not even have E-Speed, but most likely he has. So I just go for the Toxic. I luckily landed. He reveals to have Hidden Power Ice. He is slower, so that was nice. And it was a cool bring on his part. Get some more chip damage off on him. Go out into my Azumarill knowing I can take an E-Speed, and depending on the investment, depending on the roll, I think Aqua Jet might kill. But yeah, in hindsight, I maybe could have just went for Waterfall, but I thought Aqua Jet was just a safer play. Especially with the Toxic damage, it puts him in range of another Toxic. So I just go for another Aqua Jet here because I thought it was in my best interest. I think he didn't went for E-Speed, most likely fearing me going like hard into Decidueye or Metagross on his extreme speed and letting him die to Toxic. So this was fair enough of him. I'm left at 8%, in comes the Whimsicott. This Whimsicott has revealed U-Turn, Encore, Moonblast. I thought I can switch out, but I thought the Decidueye does 3-shot Whimsicott, but Whimsicott also kinda around 3-shot Decidueye. Mega Heracross can take 2 hits, and the problem with Metagross was, I don't know what this last move is. It could all well be just a lead sheet, and that would be really unfortunate because I want to keep Metagross at this amount of health, because then it can take any one hit of Koko. So I decided in the end, I thought, should I preserve the Aqua Jet for the Koko, and in the end I decided just to just in case he went for like a non-damaging move on me, which he could have. I just went for a Play Rough if he like lead cheated or something, but he just went for Moonblast, killed me, so all fair. And here I misplay again really badly. As I said, I should have used Mega Heracross previous turns a whole lot better against like something like Donphan. Here I make the same mistake. Mega Heracross is sitting around 60%. This is a defensive Whimsicott, I know from my calcs. Defensive Whimsicott is from this range. The lowest roll is 70% from Pin Missile. The highest roll of his Moonblast is 51%. I can live this with Mega Heracross. I can kill this with Pin Missile. He doesn't want to switch in his Tapu Koko. I expect on a Mega Heracross because Pin Missile plus rocks, especially if he would go for Brave Bird after. If he lives, I don't even know. That's just bad news bears for him. So what I should have done is I should have went Mega Heracross, should have grabbed the kill right there, and then if Whimsicott went down to Heracross, Heracross can then go for the Rock Blast on the Koko. Koko would most likely just kill off Mega Heracross, but then it's Metagross plus the Decidueye. The Decidueye would be at 100%. If it's at 100%, it can take, after the match he revealed his whole set, and he was more specially invested, and I could take a Brave Bird from full. And I two-shielded him with Spirit Jackal as I am Scarfed. And I also have Metagross in the back, which can take any one hit from it and KO it with an Earthquake, or if it's low enough, if I put it in range for Spirit Jackal, it can even go for Bullet Punch, which is a little bit safer because Bullet Punch has priority, so with the paralyzation in mind, Bullet Punch is then better. But yeah, I don't know why, but I think I thought Whimsicott would just kill Heracross or something. I just messed up big time. Went hard into the Decidueye knowing I can 3-shot him. So I kill him first, and he can't kill me. So he goes also for the Moonblast. Here he goes for Encore because he didn't expect, how do you say? He didn't expect me to be a Scarfed variant. So he just thought, okay, let me Encore him into Spirit Jackal for the Koko, like that does a little bit less than something like Leaf Blade. I think that was his mindset. Yeah, I just go for the Spirit Jackal again, and the next Spirit Jackal takes him out. At the end, because you will see. So he goes into Koko. I just go for Spirit Jackal, put him in range of the Metagross, but I crit him unfortunately, and I win the game 3-0, guys. So the Decidueye putting the team a little bit on the back at the end. What would have happened if I didn't crit him? If I didn't crit his Koko, depending on the roll, he might have been in range of Bullet Punch from Metagross, meaning I would have had 2 shots of killing him to breaking through paralyzation. I would have 2 shots of it, but he could crit me. So those were the risks. Or if he was just outside of Bullet Punch range, I had to go for Earthquake, and it was just a one deciding turn. Can he crit me? Can I break through? If I could and not be crit, I would win the game. But the Decidueye went just for the crit and just neutralizing those turns. And yeah, as I already said, he also had Tailwind on his Whimsicott, and he contemplated, he didn't expect the Scarf Decidueye, which was all fair on his part. And if he went for the Tailwind, I killed the Whimsicott still. Koko would have come in, killed off the Decidueye, but then it would still be the same turns as just I said before. Could I break through paralyzation? Luckily I didn't have to, because that's still a bit risky. We just win the game 3-0, guys. We move on to 1-on-1, and we're looking at next week. I believe we play Melon next week. We'll be looking forward to that match. We had a good match last season, and yeah, I will see you guys then. Hopefully we can be in the winning mood. So, bye.